Hi everyone and welcome to the channel. In this tutorial video for the RadioMaster TX15 I'm going to show you how to set up flaperons. Now flaperons are where you will need to have a model aeroplane that's got both, each aileron has its own servo, so you can make the ailerons go down and so they become flaps. Now it's quite simple to do. But you've got to you obviously don't want to make sure you don't have too much flap, so you want to experiment with the figures that you put in, what percentage the drop of the flap is. But it can be useful, and I've done this on planes, and it does help your takeoff and landing. You can make shorter landings using flaps or flaperons. So let's switch over to the radio, and I'll show you how to do this. Now let's take a look at flaperons. Let's tap here, and we're going to go Model Settings. And let's go and have a look. I'm going to go through each one. You can see our inputs are normal. This is where all the work's done, is within the mixes. So this will allow our two flaps, which are controlled by separate servos, to be able to both go down at the same time, but the upgoing and downgoing one can still do their function as an aileron. So you would then have to add in lines, these three lines, and as I've shown this before, but we'll show it again, you say insert after, and that's when you would edit it. So let's just go through the channel one servo. So you can see we've got our sources aileron and 100%, and then we don't do anything else. That's basically the normal setting you'd have if you didn't have flaperons. Right, return, we're going to go into our first line, and you can see here that we set max for this one, source max, then we go weight 0, and we're saying offset 0, and the switch in SD in the forward position. Now you may wonder why there's two lines for the there being no flaps, but you do need that to make it work. It won't work if you deleted the first line of our coding here, or our programming. Right, come back out, you see switch SD in the forward position, turn out. Number 2, line 3, you can see here now we've got max. We're now going to put in there minus 50%, and we're going down here and we're selecting our switch SD in the middle position. So that will be there. Okay, there's one more thing I'm going to show you after this. We're going into the last line now, and we're going to edit, and you can see sources max, weight minus 70%, and then you can select the switch SD, which is down this way, and you can see the band moving to show you how far the servo's working. But I just want to see if you can notice something. You see how slowly that moves? I quite like the idea of having the flap go down smoothly, not suddenly jerk down. Now the way we do that is if we tap here and we go to the bottom, you'll see there is a slow up and slow down. So you can put adjust this so that you'll get that different speed of when the flaps are deployed. So let's have a look. So if we come out and we have a look here, you can see our ailerons are working, and then we can put flaps on. You see they've dropped and our ailerons are still working. Then we go again. We're going, that's full flap, so that would generally be when you're landing, and you can see how slowly they move. So if we go back up, and that's it. Now one thing I can add to this is, if you haven't watched my other videos because you're just looking at this one, if we go to model settings and I go along to the this one here, the special functions, you can see I put flaps sounds in there. Now what I've done is I've connected them to the switch position here, and you can see it's switch SD in the forward position, play track, flap up, so that's no flaps at all. And then you've got the next one, which is the position middle, and that will say flaps middle. And then if we go back, and I've gone through this before, it's quite easy to do. Let me just edit it to show you. You select the trigger, which is whatever switch position you want. Use functions, play track, pick up the track in the directive. I tap that, it will come up. There you go. And you just select it, and then you say 1 times. It can repeat that, and then enable it, and that's it. Well, I do hope you found this video useful, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comment section below, because I'd love to hear from you, and I really will try to get back to you. Thanks for watching. Happy flying. Bye for now.